Today ran a piece this week calling Pakistan's interest in its pre-Islamic history a sham. The reasoning being that some of Pakistan's weapons carry names tied to Islamic history. Let's break down what they're actually arguing. The headline: How Pakistan's own missiles shoot down its sham bid to claim pre-Islamic Indic roots. Their case: Pakistan has been leaning into the Indus Valley civilization and Gandhara era history, particularly since India suspended the Indus Waters Treaty in April 2025. But because Pakistani weapons are named after Muslim historical figures, the argument goes: any claim to older, pre-Islamic roots doesn't hold up. What this really amounts to is less a genuine critique and more an attempt to decide from outside what Pakistan is and isn't allowed to claim as its own. The article itself lays out, in detail, that the land making up modern Pakistan carries a history going back thousands of years. The Indus Valley, Gandhara, Taxila, the eras of Ashoka and Kanishka, Jain and Buddhist tradition. It even quotes Defense Minister Khwaja Asif directly. Ashoka was part of it. Chandragupta Maurya was also part of it. Kanishka was part of it too. I am no less of a Pakistani if I am proud of my heritage. So, by its own reporting that history is undeniably rooted in this land, the article just won't let Pakistan claim it without a fight. No country's identity comes from a single chapter of its past. Pakistan emerged as a Muslim majority state through the events of 1947. That's real and foundational. But the ground itself holds much more. Mehergarh, Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, Taxila, the Buddhist centers of Gandhara, and later, Sufi thought and Islamic governance. None of that sits in conflict. It's simply what accumulates on a piece of land over thousands of years. And military naming was never proof of the full picture anyway. Every country pulls weapon names from history, mythology, and symbolism. India names its own missiles Agni, Prithvi, and Akash, drawing straight from Hindu mythology while still promoting the Taj Mahal, the Red Fort, the Mughal architecture, Sufi shrines, and Buddhist sites as central to its national identity. Apply the article's own standard consistently and India would face the identical accusation. A missile's name reflects a single choice made at a single moment. It was never meant to be a complete record of what a country is permitted to remember. The weakest part of the article by far is a suggestion that Pakistan is highlighting the Indus civilization purely to bolster the position on water rights. That's simply not how the treaty works. The Indus Waters Treaty isn't built on archaeological claims. It's grounded in treaty law, geography, downstream rights, and international legal precedent. If there's an actual breach worth examining here, it's India's unilateral decision to suspend a decades-old water-sharing agreement, not a neighboring country acknowledging its own ancient history. Pakistan was never required to pick between its Islamic identity and Indus era past. History accumulates, it doesn't force the choice. And maybe that's the actual source of frustration in New Delhi, a Pakistan comfortable claiming both its ancient roots and its Islamic identity leaves little room for any single narrative to define South Asian history on its own terms. Debunk.